Welcome to day 8 of 35 in 35, and today's subject is going to be growth. Now, growth is definitely one of those subjects that I love to speak about. Reason being is because I feel like I've gone through many growth spurts in my own life, especially in my 30s. Growth feels lonely before it feels rewarding, and what I mean by this is that you're going to go through spurts and periods when you are in a growth state where you feel isolated. You might feel like you need to be in solitude, or you are naturally gravitating more towards solitude, even if it's not physically. So you might still be around your family, your friends, your work colleagues as normal, but you feel an internal shift within yourself, which is making you feel maybe a bit lonely or maybe a bit lost, but you trust this process, you trust it. Now, real growth is invisible to start off with because it's such an internal thing. So other people might not feel the shifts straight away until something is tangible to them. And this is all part of the process again. So you're going to feel the shifts. You're going to feel the shifts, but it will be invisible to the naked eye to start with, right? Now, whether this is a new project, whether you're starting and creating a new business, whether you're even starting a brand new role in a new job, on a weight loss journey to start, all of these internal shifts, all of these elements of growth are going to be invisible to start with. Trust the process. So that twin of growth is discomfort. It's discomfort. And you have to endure that discomfort to get to the level that you are climbing towards. It is inevitable that you're going to feel uncomfortable. Now, let me give you some examples of my own journey. So my first example will be that of this year when I decided to move my whole life from the UK to the UAE, where I'm living now. And I didn't think, let me just try it out. I moved my whole life. I got rid of my apartment. I sold my car. I shipped things over here, got rid of things. And it did not feel comfortable, but I knew that I was making the right decision. And I knew that it was going to stretch me. It was going to make me feel and be a lot more bold. So I did it. I leaned into that discomfort and I made it happen. So on that subject, what I would say is that a lot of the times we know what decisions are good for us, even if they feel uncomfortable. You'll have that gut feeling, you'll have that inkling, you'll have an intuition that yes, this is the right thing I need to strive towards. So you lean into it. It doesn't matter how uncomfortable it is. You just lean and you just walk towards it and you take one step at a time, and eventually it starts to become a little bit more comfortable. So back to what I was saying about my apartment and moving. So to help me lean into my discomfort, I took one step at a time. My first step was to sell my car. Now, this was not a comfortable feeling, okay? I loved my car. I bought it. I think I bought it like 4.5 years prior. So it wasn't even a brand new car, but I loved my car. It had my name on the number plate and I had an attachment to it, right? But I knew as soon as that car's gone, it's going to make it so much easier for me to then book flights and sort out my visa and everything else. So I sold the car. Took my plates off, first of all. So I had to call up the DVLA, sort out my number plates because they're private plates. Once I'd taken the plates off, the car didn't even look like mine anymore because it had the original number plate on it, right? Then the car was sold within, I think, 10 days. When the guy come to pick up the car, I naturally felt more ready to hand it over because it didn't feel so much like my car without the number plates. I no longer feel guilty for shifting people around in my life, period. You know, you have to put yourself first. When you are growing, you need to put the majority of your energy into that, not into other people's feelings. We're not doing that. Now, just because you're growing, I'm not saying be cold. That's definitely not what I'm saying. If anything, it makes you more of a warm human being. You're a lot more well-rounded. once you accept the fact that, yes, you're growing, you're going through a growth spurt. However, you have to put yourself and your energy first. And that's why a lot of the times when you are growing, you do find yourself in states of solitude because it's part of the process. And our friend growth demands accountability, which means you can't make excuses at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. You just can't do both. And growth is so sacred. We have to protect our growth. Like, we have to nurture it like it's a baby, or it's a pet. Nurture your growth and just be so grateful that you're being given the opportunity to grow, because there are people that fell asleep last night and they didn't wake up. Or there are people that are so stuck in their mindsets, they're so stuck in their ways that they're never going to have the opportunity to grow. So you have to be so grateful that you can actually see silver linings, or you can envision yourself being in a different position this time next year, for example. Like, that's powerful. That's a gift. You have to cherish it. It feels lonely before it feels rewarding. It feels lonely before it feels rewarding. It feels lonely before it feels rewarding. Own it, own it, own it, own it. Accept it, accept it, accept it. It is what it is. Now let's move. Now, just to round up, day 8 of 35 and 35, growth being the topic. We nurture, we love, we cherish, and we own our growth. We do not push it aside. We do not negotiate with our growth. And we just love our growth. We're grateful for our growth. We are so happy that we have the opportunity to grow as a person, as a human being that's on this planet for not very long, right? Like, let's grow into the best versions of ourselves. Peace out.